The Mistral sweeps over the mountains. In the distance, we see the restless sea in front of us. We are on our way to a pitch in the municipality of Caro, west of Marseille. The pitch is on a plateau between the sea and the port. The Mistral is so strong that the motorhome rocks. There are 20 other campers here with us, but nobody dares to get out of the camper because, in addition to the strong wind, it has also become quite fresh. At some point, we decide to go for a walk. First along the harbor, and then to the other side of the bay. We always have the lighthouse of Caro in view. The fishing boats in the harbor sway in the storm just as badly as our mobile home. There are a variety of makeshift stalls here, but only 2 currently sell fish or mussels. On the other side of the bay, we are standing on a small plateau above the sea. Torn off stone blocks indicate a former house or a small fortress. Opposite, the wind and the sea have eroded the porous tuff and sandstone. Then we turn back because the wind and the cold go through our clothes. A hot coffee is just the thing now. After a restless night, we make our way north.
Sprengt an den rechten und linken Seiten, ja. Meine Güte.
Our first destination is the Headwaters of Lanfernae. The various red rock formations are fascinating. We'll just take a few photos and then continue north. In the distance, we can already see the huge aqueduct of Roquefort. This aqueduct, 393 meters long and a maximum of 82 meters high, carries water from the Durance River to Marseille as drinking water. The aqueduct crosses the valley of the River Arc. Construction was completed in 1847. The Pont du Gard, which is about half as high, served as an ancient model. Salon de Provence is overshadowed by its bigger sister, Aix-en-Provence. It's still tranquil here. The almost tree-like moss fountain already existed in the 16th century. Lime deposits allowed the fountain shells, the moss, and the vegetation to grow together. The clock tower at the entrance to the pedestrian zone was built in the 17th century. After the renovation, you can now see a clock with lunar cycles on the side facing the new town and a weekly calendar on the other side. The former home of Nostradamus, which he lived in from 1547 until his death in 1566, is also located in the pedestrian zone. The Saint-Michel Church was built in the 13th century. It is a typical example of Provençal architecture with its arcaded bell tower and Romanesque-style sculptures. In the center of the old town, the Ampari Castle, perched on a rock, dominates the plain of the Crau River. The castle was a residence of the Archbishops of Arles and the Holy Roman Emperor, which is where the name Ampari comes from, and was built between the 9th and 13th centuries. We go back through the pedestrian zone to a small park with a typical Sunday market on the side of the street. The market is very well attended and once again offers everything a French person needs on a Sunday.
Ist das etwa Salat? Sag mal. Was ist das? Ah, das ist hier ist noch Zitronenmelisse, ja?
Das ist Melisse und das ist da rechts daneben.
Er hat mehr Kuh hier. Schade. Wahrscheinlich hätte man bestellen. Eigentlich ja praktisch. Man kann die Kinder hier abstellen und dann auf den Markt gehen.
We then enjoy a coffee in the sun and admire the tender green of the budding trees.
Es sieht schon sehr zart aus, das Grün.
And then we slowly continue towards Avignon, but more about that in the next video clip.